Struggling with Gameweek 1 squad selection? Use fantasyfootballfix.com and apply artificial intelligence and Opta stats to your starting squad to calculate which players will give you the highest point returns. Fantasyfootballfix.com has a dedicated pre-season website containing unique tools, statistics, and projections. Click the link below and check out fantasyfootballfix.com now. We continue our research into the best picks for the 2018-19 Fantasy Premier League season, with a look into which players and teams scored the most goals from penalties, free kicks and corners last time around. Crystal Palace won a league-high tally of 10 penalties last season, beating Man City and Everton with 8, Brighton with 7 and Leicester and Watford with 6. Burnley were the only side not to win a penalty, while Newcastle and the now relegated Swansea and West Brom were awarded just 1 apiece. 6 penalties conceded by Arsenal was the joint highest amongst Premier League sides last season, along with Huddersfield, Liverpool, Newcastle, Watford, West Ham and the now relegated Swansea. Meanwhile, Man United conceded the joint fewest penalties in the league, on par with relegated West Brom. Those two sides conceded just 1 penalty each last season, further highlighting why and how Jose Mourinho's side kept a league-high tally of 19 clean sheets. Chelsea, Crystal Palace, Man City and Southampton were also well disciplined when it came to conceding fouls in the box, each giving up just 2 penalties. Raheem Sterling won 6 of his team's 8 penalties last season, and no Premier League player won more than the England international. Wilfried Zaha's 4 penalties won for Crystal Palace was the joint second best contribution, alongside Calvert-Lewin of Everton. Unsurprisingly, Milivojevic scored the most penalties in the Premier League last season. He took 8 of his team's 10 spot kicks and scored all but 1. Jamie Vardy was next in line for penalty goals last season. He stepped up to take all 6 of Leicester's penalties, converting 5. Man City's 8 penalties were split between Sterling, Jesus, Gundogan and Aguero, but crucially, the Argentine scored all 4 of the penalties that he stepped up to take. 2 goals from free kicks managed by Chelsea's Marcos Alonso was more than any other Premier League player last season, but the Spaniard's starting place could now be under threat, following new manager Maurizio Sarri's change to a 4-3-3 formation. 11 players were tied with 1 free kick goal, and amongst that group were the likes of Milivojevic, Alexis Sanchez, Mahrez, De Bruyne and Eriksen. Eriksen's tally of 17 shots from free kicks was more than any other player in the league, beating De Bruyne's 15 attempts, Sanchez's 14 and Kane, who struck 10 attempts from free kicks last season. The Denmark international also produced a league-high tally of 5 assists from free kicks, beating Xhaka and Shaqiri with 4, and Sané, Mahrez and Fabregas amongst others with 3 assists from free kicks. The Spurs midfielder enjoyed even more set-piece dominance when it came to crosses from free kicks. His tally of 12 accurate crosses from free kicks was on par with Huddersfield's Aaron Moy, and only Shaqiri produced more with 14. But following his transfer to Liverpool, will the Switzerland international be afforded such a key role in terms of set-piece duties in the coming season? Pascal Gross took the most successful corners in the Premier League last season, beating the likes of De Bruyne, Gudmundsson, Eriksen and Fabregas. But surprisingly, only 3 of Brighton's 34 league goals came from direct corners, the joint fewest in the Premier League along with Everton. The now relegated West Brom scored the most goals from direct corners, while Arsenal, Bournemouth and Man City were joint second, scoring 10 apiece. Harry Kane's tally of 22 attempts from direct corners was more than any other player managed, beating Duffy, Otamendi, Dunk and Van Dijk. His 4 goals from direct corners was also a league high, beating Tompkins, Smalling, Lascelles and Okazaki with 3, and Otamendi, Lovren and Steve Cook amongst others with 2. Even more interesting is the fact that Spurs only scored a total of 5 goals from direct corners throughout the season, with Dele Alli the only player to convert one besides Kane.